Achtung, Achtung, hier ist Alex Wright, and you are listening to Chat, Grapple, and Cheat Pops with JB and Chris Dredd. Enjoy it, or I come over and kick your ass.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to Chat, Grapple, and Cheat Pops with me, JB, and the best Chris in all of wrestling podcasts, Mr. Chris Dredd.
Boomage. He's not wrong.
We say welcome back because we have had a little break. It's been a few weeks since we've put something out.
I had COVID last time. We done it. I'm still got a tickly cough from COVID, you know. I've got the old post-COVID tickle. Everyone thinks like I'm on the train and that coughing. Everyone's like, look at this cunt spreading COVID.
What were we, like, less than a minute in? We get our first cunt.
I'm sorry, dude. We've got to start with a bang, haven't we? You know what I mean?
I got to say, before we dig into everything that we're doing, because this isn't a review, this is just a catch-up. We got to thank the UK and Ireland for keeping us in the Apple podcast charts the whole time we were off.
Damn skippy, bruv. People hopefully going through our archives, all the interviews we've got, all the content we've got. Fucking, we thank you guys. We've got shitloads of content for them to go through, man. Loads.
Yeah. If you haven't already done it, it's down there. It's a subscribe button. There's a bell next to it. Slap it as hard as you can. And, you know, come and join us on the gram, on the tweets, on the Facebook, all at Chat, Grapple, Pops. You can't miss it. And I mean, we're gonna be diving in and out of things today.
But also, say, sorry, dude, you know that people join us on all those platforms, and yes, please do it, and yes, please slap our bell. But people are going to actually, what are the chances that we're probably going to see people that know us in Cardiff? Wrestling fans.
It's possible because in it less than 2 weeks, maybe. Is it 2 weeks?
Less than 2 weeks, fam.
We will be hitting the road to Cardiff. Three of us, indeed, a triple threat. Myself, Chris, and Mr. Cactus himself will be on the road.
Don't know.
We will see you all in Cardiff. Those that will be there. We haven't got many plans as of yet. We know that we're going to be at Clash, obviously, and at Gassie's. We know that much.
That's right.
Afterwards.
And I will probably be dressed up as some figure from wrestling history. Could be Mean Gene. You know, I won't do a Roddy Piper and be like, you know, yeah. Be like Bad News Brown? Piper. Bad News Brown? Piper. Yeah, no, so it won't be none of that. But I'm really, I mean, this shit don't happen all the time, does it? Like a big pay-per-view event from WWE doesn't happen all the time in the UK. So, you know, we're gonna go balls out.
Yes, we are. We're gonna be there, we're gonna be live, we're gonna be doing all sorts of weird and wonderful content. Hell, I'm sure we're gonna be doing something from the car.
Fuck yeah, you know it. I've already got a little house and garage mix ready for the journey because obviously being a DJ, got to you know, get some tunes on. You know what I mean? You know me, I love my garage music, but I've got a funny feeling we're going to be listening to WWF the Volume 5 or something like that. You know, right? And yes, right. So here we go. Where are my CDs? Right.
You can tell how old he is. Where are my
mentioned,
CDs?
yeah,
they're next to his cassettes.
Okay, so I've got Volume 4, fam. We're going further. Yeah, we're going further than 5. We got 4. We got Forcible Entry. Fuck off.
I mean, that sounds horrific now.
I mean, yeah, like
what a title.
Kayfabe. That is fucking. That's a rib. Right,
it's got to be. Yeah,
that's a fucking rib. Let's call it Forcible Entry. And aggression as well.
Oh wow, aggression.
Bro,
Is that the rap one?
Yeah, that's the rap one, man.
Yeah.
Run DMC, Cool Keith, ODB, Method Man, Snoop,
Mental.
Redman. You know, fucking come on, man. Mac 10, you get me? MC8, Ras Cass, RA the Rugged Man, East Siders. Fuck off, bruv. You know what I mean? This is going on in the car blatantly, and you know there's got to be some stuff on Spotify as well. I mean, Volume 4 is a classic, bruv. So you've got Break Down the Walls, Jericho, Big Show, No Chance in Hell, Sexual Chocolate, done no. This is a test. Oh hell yeah, you know, Danger at the Door, D'Lo Brown. Come on.
Nice. It's funny you mentioned Spotify because we are planning to release something maybe the Thursday before Clash, something that you can listen to on your way to the show.
Yes.
On your way to Cardiff, on the way back from Cardiff. Hell, whatever you like.
Well, I mean, we've got to have some UK related content for people that are going to and from the venue, because not everyone's obviously going to live in Wales, and it's good. I mean, I don't even know how long is it going to take us to get to.
I think it could be 3-4 hours. Yeah.
I was going to say we're looking at least 3 or 4 hours. So, I mean, that's a fair few CDs and a fair few tugs on the way. Sorry, Matt, I know it's your car, bro, but it's fine. I'll bring a squeegee or something. But yeah, I mean, you know, it's exciting times. Stop
at a Wendy's and go full Jim Cornette.
Do you know what I'm saying? Just screeching at people. I mean, you know, it's going to be fun. Looking forward to it. So, I mean, chances are we will see people that we know. I'm hoping to, you know, maybe catch up with Billy Barty and ask him what the fuck went on in America.
Well, it's funny you mention that because I get the feeling that our interview with Billy might have caused a few negative reactions around the dreaded IWC. You know, fuck them. It doesn't really matter, but
trust me, bruv, you know.
Well, we got hit with an almighty block, didn't we?
Oh, we got blocked, bruv. We got cock blocked.
He's cock.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, got cock blocked.
When he's not talking about rubbing in of thighs, he is blocking anyone that likes anything that he doesn't like or says something. He's a pretty famous wrestling journalist. He was the one that. Yeah, sorry, wrestling journalist. I used the quotations. He was the one that got in. Well, no, Billy got in his face. Let's be honest. And then White Knight decided to cup his ear and do all this stuff to try and. It was for the photographer behind him or the videographer behind him. Whoever was filming it, it was the perfect opportunity. It was almost like it was fucking staged.
It was staged, I reckon, to make Billy look like a cunt. And you know, whatever you think about Billy Barty, like we had him on the show, pretty good interview, seemed like a nice guy. All right,
nice enough to us.
You know, he was nice enough to us. We can all be a dick. Do you know what I mean? And especially you're in a foreign country and these people like fucking Sean Toss crap, you know, they're confronting him. He's there with his kid and all that. You know, like fucking hell, I'll tell him to go suck a duck as well. You know what I mean?
I was half expecting his band of slappers to come after us and start, you know, the treatment that most people get when they cross the idiot himself, but didn't get it. So they knew better.
Of course they know better, bruv, because you're going to catch these hands, fam. Like, we do not fuck about, mate.
Teach him a good old-fashioned English lesson.
You get what I'm saying? Like, you know, we you know, fuck around and find out. Like, literally, like, fuck around and find out. You know what I mean? We you know, it's funny. It's hilarious, really, because, like you said on Twitter, bro, we haven't had any interactions with Sean Ross Sapp. We haven't had any conversations.
We've never DM'd him, nothing like that.
Never. We've not had any contact. There's been no interactions or private chats between anybody. And it's like, why would you block two of the most handsomest, bestest wrestling podcasters the UK's ever seen? Why would you do that? Outsiders, bro. We're taking over. You know what I mean?
So with that out of the way, I know that you've got a lot to talk about.
We got a few bits, bruv. We got some. Yeah.
We can hit with the most recent of breaking news.
Mm-hmm.
which would have been about AEW, but as usual, AEW is second on the agenda, most people's minds. NXT UK will become NXT Europe. There's been a lot of releases as we've started recording.
Literally tonight, we found out about them. Yeah.
One of the most surprising for me was Millie McKenzie. I thought she was like a tip to be a big star there, and Amal as well. Two females that could have really, I think, made something for themselves in NXT and maybe further on. But no, they've been released. I think it is a massive cull, which will be, as you said before we came on, be great for the indies.
Great for the indies, man. Let these
great
guys
for
go
British
out.
Wrestling.
Yeah, great for British wrestling. But again, we're getting to the thing of, are there any really? There's not many. The UK independent scene it leaves a lot to be desired still. Do you know what I mean? And ting, you get me, bro. So man's busting the ting like Jordan's got the ting, and I'm on the old diet sparkling fiery ginger beer from Marks and Spencer's.
He's been to M&S, of course he
has. I went to M&S. There's a massive one in the town. It's got a big pig on the fucking roof. I mean,
this is no joke. There is a giant pig on the roof of that Marks and Spencer's. Yes, I am drinking the ting.
I love ting, man.
I'm gonna say cheers.
Cheers, chin chin, bro. When I mean, I'm not a drinker. I don't drink alcohol, but I have drunk alcohol in my life. And I used to drink Hennessy or any kind of cognac, Courvoisier or Hennessy with ting. And I tell you what, bruv, it is peng well nice.
That's something to look out for, yeah.
Dude, honestly, a bit of cognac and ting, man. Nice.
Cognac and ting.
Nice. Proper nice, bruv. So
NXT UK is not no more just yet. There is, I think there was a tape in that's going out tonight. They jumped the gun on Tyler Bate being shown as the UK champion. He squared off with Bron Breakker at NXT 2.0 this week. There's a lot of moving pieces there.
But it's good. It gets on to my first initial point, bro. So first of all, my Enfield Town shirt with NXT UK.
It's going to be worth something.
It's going to be worth some fucking dough now, because if NXT UK, for whatever reason, changes gear, shifts into, mutates into whatever, then, so be it. So, my initial point is Triple H. Triple H is doing bits, it seems.
Well, you wonder how long this would have been. This can't have been a few weeks decision.
No, I mean, the thing is, Triple H has probably been sitting in the wings, booking the territory, as they say. He's been sitting there watching what's going on, seeing who's been released, seeing who he would have back. He's been booking the territory, bruv. Him and Shawn Michaels would have been, together saying, right, if we were in charge, what would we do? And now, but also another naive thing that the IWC seem to think that Vince isn't involved still. Of course, Vince is still involved. Of course,
something isn't there.
They are going to have to pry it from his cold, dead fingers. There's no way he's going to give up control, not full control.
Well, there's a couple of things here we're going to switch on to, and we're going to be all over the place here. There's no set thing to this. We've got a few things we want to talk about.
Just having a chat.
Shawn Michaels has been promoted to Vice President of Talent Development. I mean, it seems like the perfect fit. Shawn Michaels has been running NXT for God knows how long, and that is obviously talent development. So good luck to him. He's got a hell of a job on his hands now with NXT Europe. And in a funny way, Shawn Michaels leads us to CM Punk. CM Punk is turning into a bit of a diva over in AEW. He is the current AEW champion. He last night went off on Hangman Page with a couple of lines about cowboy shit or something that,
was
it
unnecessary.
was all about Adam Page saying he doesn't listen to advice. He wants to go his own way. I mean, personally, don't think that's probably the right way to go. You should probably listen to your veterans, but I don't know, Punk bowling around with this holier than thou attitude, like going in saying he's the number one guy. He's not. He's been away from it for God knows how long, and he didn't make some sort of triumphant return like Shawn Michaels did in the ring in 2002. He came back and he looks a lot older. He's getting injured. He's botching moves. It's like Shawn Michaels came back and looked almost perfect.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to talk about caliber of workers, I mean, you can't really put CM Punk and Shawn Michaels in the same sentence, can you? Not really. I mean, for whatever reason, CM Punk is over, but I don't think you can, caliber of match wise, I don't think there's any comparison, is there?
No. Punk has also allegedly gone on to say that he won't lay down for Hangman Page. He won't job, and that's a very Shawn Michaels-esque move when he said he wouldn't job to Brett and all this stuff. And
what was that?
Yeah,
what?
exactly.
And
CM Punk likes to think of himself as this generation's Bret Hart, and he's not.
I mean, AEW at the moment is actually pissing me. I mean, not that it doesn't piss me off generally, but there was another thing. Kenny Omega, he came back and he was he was tagging with the Bucks, and
yeah,
a lot of people come back from injuries and they look in buff, they're looking in shape. He came back. I swear he didn't even take his shirt off, did he? He was in some long.
I think that shirt was holding him together, not in a way that he's out of shape or anything like that. I think a lot of it was holding him together for fitness, for his own well-being.
But why come back? And he did do some crazy bumps, but why come back if you're not ready, bruv?
Obviously, people are glad to see Kenny Omega back. I'm not a hater of Kenny Omega. I just don't think he's that level, the joke here, elite level that everyone says he is. I don't think he's the greatest wrestler in the world. That's my opinion. I'm allowed to have it.
No,
but I don't think he's 100%.
No, he's not. He shouldn't be back. You know who should be back? Maxwell. Where the fuck is Maxwell? Where the fuck is MJF?
I think you could see MJF in the next few weeks, because if that's the case, I think there's a slight sense of desperation. And this will hurt a few feelings. There is a slight sense of desperation because WWE is putting on some excellent shows at the minute.
Of course they are.
Some really high quality matches, even only just this Friday on SmackDown. Nakamura and Gunther put on a really good match. I made sure I checked it out and I enjoyed it thoroughly. Even in the mid card as such, Dolph Ziggler, and who did Dolph take on? Had a really good match with him.
Yeah.
Chad Gable. There you go. Sorry, Gable. Chad. Him and Gable had an excellent match. These are really good wrestlers, going at it, and it makes great TV, man.
We're wrestlers in a wrestling ring. Let's just freaking wrestle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something is changing, and I think it's putting Uncle Tony on the back foot. They were already on the back foot because ratings were declining anyway. But
yeah, I mean, since MJF disappeared from the TV screens, that show has been fucking trash, bro.
You only have to look at the WCW style booking of this next week on Dynamite. Next week on Dynamite is the unification title match.
On telly.
This was meant to be on pay-per-view. Now it's going to be on free TV in Moxley's hometown, not Punk's. Because everything's got to be in Chicago.
Don't get me started on Moxley, bro. I have been saying for years and years.
We're gonna flip over to Moxley in a minute, aren't we?
Bro, the guy does nothing for me. He is fucking, what's that tune with fucking T.I. and Iggy Azalea? He's mediocre, bro. You know what I mean? Moxley, I don't want no mediocre. You know what I mean? He's fucking bland, bruv. He's Ryvita, bruv. He's dry.
I swear T.I.'s first album was a banger as well.
Yeah, no, trust me, bruv. You know what I mean? Like, he's for me, he doesn't even give me Arthur Chubby on, and people are going mad for him.
He is the biggest name, like, from the WWE to that show, and you could arguably say it's Jericho, but
I'd say it's Big Show.
Moxley coming over to AEW was a huge get, and it was a huge grab, and something like, it's the wrestling aspect for me.
He's shit.
There's not a lot of
no
wrestling. Yeah, he's in there, it's trying to make it look like a fight and all that, but then you go back to GCW just a week ago, and you see the match with Effie.
Oh, man. Do we have to?
No, we don't have to, but you look at the punches that Effie was throwing, the spot that grabbed all the headlines.
It weren't the only thing that was being grabbed.
Yeah, I believe you called it the choke wank.
It's the choke wank, bruv. The geezer's trying to fucking have an asphyxie wank during a wrestling match. Do you know what I mean?
What's a little self-abuse in front of about 40 people?
Do you know what I mean? He might as well have just put a fucking a pair of boxer shorts soaked in amyl nitrate into his mouth while he was doing it. Like, I mean, it's do you get what I'm saying? Like, get the fucking poppers out, mate. Like, this is okay.
We need to clear something up. There's nothing. We got nothing against his.
Bro, be gay. Look, that
cool.
is not the point.
It's absolutely
be gay.
Cool.
I've got nothing. Obviously, we got nothing against. If you love, you can love Coochie or you can love Wanger. It don't matter. Yeah. That we have got
love wins all the time.
Do you know what I'm saying? Whatever you pounding or whoever's pounding you, not a problem. But my issue is this: why is it that these kind of overly gay characters, the only thing that they are focusing on is like this over pervy kind of stuff?
And this is the thing, it did give me certain vibes of another wrestler who was very overly sexualized and way too beyond the point of fucking perversion. And he was binned off eventually because he was a fucking wrong'un.
Yeah, I mean, you've got Effie in a headlock having a fucking having a choke wank while he's being choked out. You've got them kissing in the ring, but Moxley like grabbing him and kissing him, and it's like, when do we find out that Effie's a toucher? Is that coming in a couple of years' time? Like, his gimmick seems to be just grabbing his own cock. How many?
No, he did thrust in someone's face as well. That was a thing. It was shown a little while ago in one match. He, the old second rope, climb second rope, start laying in the punch. Instead of that, he was thrusting in their face.
Yeah, I mean, because that's not fucking sexual assault, is it?
And the problem for me is that so many people, and there might be people listening to this show or watching it, so many of these people, and I don't want to say you, I don't want to say so many of you, like, because that might not be right. So many of these people popped, cheered for a prick like Joey Ryan.
Mm-hmm.
When he came out, what was it, All Out or whatever, All In or whatever the fucking thing was called, with the dancing penises, they all fucking cheered. They were all happy to see him do his fucked up moves, the dick grab and all that. And what was it, the boob plex?
Yeah, I mean,
it's just his excuse to grab on women. Like,
that's
fucking
right.
hell, man.
Excuse. Oh no, it's in my moveset. I get to touch your tits. Fucking bellend. Bellend. He's a fucking bellend, like, quite literally. But
and I'm sorry. We ended up on a rant about Joey Ryan, but that's just how it is sometimes.
But this Effie shit has got shades of Joey Ryan. It's creepy. It's not just.
I think it's unnecessary. I think it's yes, GCW is an over 18 show and all that, but I mean, obviously you don't have to watch it.
And
it's not but occasionally I will tune into GCW because sometimes there's good stuff on there. Like, Cardona was decent. Waltman showed up. It's all right. It's good. Sometimes it's good stuff, and then sometimes
it's fucking dog shit.
It's a man choking himself whilst being choked out.
He's
touching himself,
literally having a wank while he's in a headlock. Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw Effie during the battle royal
Ric
Ric Flair's last match. Also, hot take. Are you ready?
There we go.
I love the Nature Boy. Okay. I love him. Always have liked Ric Flair. Okay. But Ric Flair's last match was fucking trash.
Well, he said himself he passed out twice.
It was
and
absolute shit.
If I'm right, someone later on told the story of how he was found passed out on the shitter in the strip club that night. Is that right?
Mate, you know, the guy...
Yeah.
It was trash. I didn't enjoy it. I didn't like it.
Conrad needs to shoulder some blame on that.
It was a payday for them.
Yeah,
it was, for all of them, it was a fucking payday. And now they are starting to do. They said, oh, it was the second biggest grossing independent show in history. Well, first of all, it wasn't an independent show. It was a showcase event. It was like a one-off thing. So it's not an independent company.
Yeah, no, it's not an indie show. It was a one-off event with borrowed wrestlers.
Yeah, but they're saying it was the second biggest grossing independent event ever. So then now they've got the smell of money, and now they are creating a company.
Ric Flair's last match.
Yeah, and they're like, don't get me wrong, it wouldn't surprise me if he has another match.
Ric Flair's latest last match. That's what.
Do you get what I'm saying? It's like, how many times has he retired already? There was literally, I'm sorry, there was no need for it. There really was no need for it. But
speaking on Ric Flair's show, it was cool to see John Gresham after the shit he was getting online, mainly online, for even daring to cross Tony Khan and ask him to leave AEW. What I don't quite understand is where are all the marks when
thank you.
When they were all crying out to free Ali, free him from his WWE contract.
Yeah. And when they were talking about Sasha Banks and Naomi, oh, they're so brave for speaking up and saying that they weren't happy in that. You get what I mean?
Like, yeah, it's perfectly fine when Big Tone throws his weight around and starts giving grief to Gresham, booking him like shit, and then telling him he can't leave.
Bro, look how they done your boy Wardlow. Look how they done your boy Miro.
Where's Wardlow now? He's a TNT champion. Where is he?
Yeah. The booking's trash. The booking is trash. MJF
These
built
shows
him
could
up.
be so much more.
But because he's
got too much talent, yeah. He's got too much talent to try and put into. Who was someone else complained? Bobby Fish, I think, complained like that, and was it one of the older guys from the Dark Order said he'd rather have like 15 minutes on telly than 1,000 matches on Dark or something like that. He's fucking right. Of course it is.
But this is the problem. The problem being, and again, if you listen to our shows previously, we have said this numerous times. They have got too many wrestlers and not enough TV time. They can't. There's literally no point in them signing. So they bought Adam Cole and fucking Kyle O'Reilly and all the NXT guys over.
Shout out to all those guys who are getting a paycheck to sit at home.
Of course.
Never knocking the hustle. Never knocking the hustle.
But the thing is, though,
someone like Kyle O'Reilly, main event in NXT.
Yeah, but they want to wrestle, bro. They want to be on TV. They moved there on the promise that it was going to be something different and that they were going to be able to shine. Where are they shining? They ain't shining nowhere.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's a shame. It could be a lot more, but it's we've become accustomed to the AEW pay-per-views where there's a battle royal on every fucking show now because you have to get all these guys on TV or on the show. It's like, what happened to the Big Show? I thought he was I thought he was making some sort of comeback.
Mate, you've got...
What happened to Mark Henry? Yeah, Mark Henry makes a ton of money to do not a lot.
Yeah. I mean, you've got... I mean, the problem with AEW as well, they can't keep a secret. So all the dirt sheets and everyone knows everything about anything. But look what happened in WWE recently when these guys come back. No one knew shit.
Yeah.
And they just came back.
It is a bit of a coincidence that some of these NXT guys are starting to wander into the main roster. Like Dexter Lumis is back. He literally did a spot on a Starcast.
Yeah.
And then lo and behold, he's causing mayhem in the backstage at Raw.
Yeah.
Which is cool to see because I always liked Sam Shaw. I always thought he was decent. I didn't see a lot of him in Impact or TNA, whichever it was at the time.
Yeah.
But I knew he was there and he was doing stuff. And then I thought this Dexter Lumis character was hilarious.
Yeah.
I thought it was great. Like, the wedding angle where he pulls out, he just opens his jacket and there's an axe in there. Like,
yeah.
It's clever. He literally says nothing.
It's wrestling, bros. Good.
Yeah.
And he can go in the ring, he can go. But yeah, AEW can't keep secrets. Everything is always spoiled. Always. AJ Styles clearly don't want to go AEW. He was asked the question, why don't you go? It's like, well, why don't they come here? You know why? Because the Bucks can't hang in WWE, bro.
Well, a lot of these guys had contracts come up, didn't they? And they were, it was, will they jump? Will they resign? Like Kevin Owens, AJ, they all decide to stay put. Of
course.
There's a reason for that. Yeah.
You're not gonna leave the number one wrestling company to go to somewhere where you can already see that people are they're not going to be able to shine. You've got AEW wrestlers, current talent, liking tweets that say that their booking is bad and they should have they were booked better in WWE, and you've got the talent liking them tweets.
Brian Cage running around with that sign saying "Push Brian Cage." I mean, I'm not really sure if I'm an advocate for anyone pushing Brian Cage, but if your talent is unhappy and doing that sort of thing, to openly mock and disrupt your system, you got a problem. There was more reports this week or last week about Tony Khan's meltdowns causing trouble backstage, causing shouting in the headsets. That's a Vince move, isn't it? If there's everyone shouting at people on headsets. But you also got to think, Tony Khan surrounded himself with some of the flyest yes men of the era, and I don't know if you remember our chat with our good buddy Marty.
Yep.
Mr. Elias, one of the greatest referees around. He said one of the guys who now works at AEW, treats people like shit. And Pat Buck's there. He was on camera this week, helping break up the big fight or whatever. And
Marty said,
he said there are people now there that are, from the WWE that were troublemakers. Well, who next? Johnny Ace? He was let go. He was fired.
And Danielson's his son-in-law.
Oh shit! Yeah, I forgot about that.
He is.
I mean, yes, that is pure speculation right now. But Pat Buck being there is not, and we were reliably informed that Pat Buck treats people like shit, and that wouldn't surprise. If there's a bit of a toxic culture now in the AEW management team. But I think the screws are coming a little loose.
Yeah, I mean, Tony Khan, he needs to let other people book. He needs to stop the Bucks from booking.
Even BT Sport. I mean, now, admittedly, BT Sport are showing the rival wrestling show on their channels. BT Sport dragged Tony Khan on the opening weekend of the Premier League season because Tony Khan refused to answer them on his and Fulham's, price hike on their tickets. It cost a parent and child, or one adult, one child, like over £100 to go and watch Fulham play.
But dude, what has he done with the pay-per-views at AEW? How much does it cost for a pay-per-view to watch AEW?
Oh, yeah, I don't know. I've never paid for one.
Bruv, if you've got...
Have you paid for one?
No,
Fuck it.
The Tony Khan mentality is he'd rather 2 people pay £50 each a ticket than 10 people pay a tenner each. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah. Yes.
It's disgusting that, and a newly promoted team as well, charging silly money for an adult and a child to go and watch footy. If you want to go with your 2 kids, you want to go for a family day down the football, to watch some people have their hair pulled,
Pack of fucking cheaters. That's what they are. If you're going out in a football game to pull hair, you should be pulled off immediately.
No, he's been watching wrestling, brother. Allow him.
Yeah.
It's disgusting, really. But like I say, it's so BT Sport, did they drag him for the price?
Yeah, they made it very clear that they attempted to speak with Tony Khan. They contacted Tony Khan about this, and that he refused to respond.
What a fucking idiot!
Yeah,
it ain't wrestling, bruv. He's trying to kayfabe BT Sport about football.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it was because BT Sport are the primary or the only, broadcaster of WWE in the UK, I think.
But still, you're playing games, bruv. This is the problem. He's got to separate his fucking Mark brain. He's using his Mark brain when he's supposed to be the owner of Fulham Football Club. Yeah. You can't use your fucking wrestling Mark brain when you're dealing with BT Sport talking about the fucking Premier League, you fucking bellend. Like, they're talking to you about football, about Fulham FC.
They were never going to ask you about AEW.
They're not going to ask you about, when's Kenny Omega coming back? What's going on with MJF? They don't give a fuck, mate. They don't give a fuck. They're asking you, why are you treating your fans of Fulham FC like dog shit and milking them for every penny that you can? Why? It's like, it costs more to go and watch Fulham than it does to have a burger and chips at West Ham.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
I don't know about that.
Have you seen the prices at West Ham? There was
£9 a pint or something like that. Wasn't it?
Oh man, it was ridiculous. Like, yes, £7 for half a pint or something. You know what I mean? Like,
can't even get drunk these days.
Bruv, back in the day when I used to go when I was a nipper with my old man, you could, you'd go to the local pub round the corner before you went to the game. But when you went in the game, you could get yourself a decent chips, burger, whatever, hot dog. You know what I mean? For reasonable money, I know it's quite like what's the word, like a stereotype, yeah. But in Tottenham, you could actually buy bagels, decent bagels in the ground. So there was this, yeah.
I mean, completely on the flip side, outside Arsenal, you can get a decent, roast pork roll.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, Arsenal have got just as many Jewish fans of
exactly.
They've got it's North London, bruv. Like Tottenham, Tottenham's like widely known as like a Jewish club or whatever. But I swear, all the Jewish people I know in North London that I've ever worked with or whatever, they're all fucking gooners, bruv. It's a huge Jewish area, like North London around there, like all clubs. But yeah, you could, there's a bagel.
Just to break it down for anyone who's not from, not in that, football, soccer background or anything, Tottenham is Chris's team. They're in North London. They're like the WCW, They're well liked to a point, but they're never going to be quite there like Arsenal are. Arsenal also in North London, the WWE, the big name, the big cheese, the tribal chief of North London, if you will.
You're UWF fan. What the fuck are you chatting? You're fucking UWF, mate.
hitting that sugar with Herb Abrams and Tony Khan.
Trust me, bro. Trust me. You know what? Yeah, it's all banter, bro. It's all banter because football in this country is like, you know, it is.
It's tribal as fuck.
It is tribal as fuck. But the fact is, when you live, I don't think Arsenal and Spurs fans necessarily like hate each other as much as we make out. It's kind of like,
no, I get the feeling that Spurs fans hate Chelsea more.
We do hate Chelsea more. We do hate Chelsea more. You know, with us, it's like, yeah, fuck Arsenal, but we'd still probably give you a reach around. You know what I mean? So, yeah. You know, it's a love-hate relationship because everyone needs
the old choke wank.
Yeah, the old choke wank. Like everyone needs like you need a rival, don't you? You know what I mean? It's excuse me, that post-COVID tickle. But you know, it used to annoy me when like Tottenham would be playing, you know, we'd be playing Norwich City on a Wednesday night, and then the crowd would start singing, "Stand up if you hate Arsenal, stand up." It's like, look, we're not playing Arsenal at the minute. Leave it out. You know what I mean? We're playing whoever's in front of us or whatever. But they don't do that as much now. We don't. I think because we see that you're not quite on our level at the minute, so we're kind of, you know, we're allowing.
It's okay right now. I mean, you know, 2 weeks into a league season, I can put up the table, you know, and we can see how it's going. But no, it's you know, yeah, it is, and by saying it's tribal, it's almost like these weird sort of, and this is probably why we don't get it, because we don't understand it too much in the world of wrestling, like these weird like simp fans of AEW and of WWE, you know, because it's both.
Yeah,
it's a little bit more tribal, I think, on AEW side.
Oh yeah, I would say for sure, even though they say no, it's not.
Hardline defenders of,
yeah,
you know, a wrestling show that only caters to them.
It's true.
You know, and Vince Russo said this week, you have to at least try and pull in the casual fan.
But they're not even trying. Yeah, that's the thing. We spoke about this again with Billy Barty about, is Tony Khan even trying to get the casual fans? And he's like, no, he doesn't care.
He's milking what he's got.
Yeah, he literally doesn't care. He's playing for the mark, Japanese fucking wrestling loving people that will literally be wanking themselves silly watching Moxley giving someone an asphyxie wank headlock. You know, it's mental. So, so talk about football, you know, obviously I'm a Spurs fan, JB's an Arsenal fan, but we still love each other because
somehow we make it work.
We make it work, but you need that banter. Because every face needs a heel and every heel needs a face, baby. So you've got to have that kind of duality, dichotomy going on.
Moving on to New Japan just quickly.
Yeah.
Okada won the G1 this morning. I did not manage to watch it. I did at one point say that I was going to turn it on and watch it, and then I forgot, and I can't remember what I was doing at the time. Probably nothing.
Ospreay did some promo saying he's going to beat Okada, he's going to do this, he's going to do that,
and he didn't. So Okada won. Okada looks like he's going to be overtaking Chono's win record and in the G1 and become Mr. G1 or whatever. Like, I mean, I want Okada in the US. I think he has peaked in Japan. I think it's time for him, and this will piss people off. I think it's time for him to hit WWE. No one's watching him in AEW. Like, it's not going to bring anything in. He can, much like Nakamura, build himself in WWE and become that star.
How old is Okada?
I don't know, actually. That's something I should have looked up. But
he must be getting on a little bit now, though.
Maybe pushing 30. He was quite young when he went to TNA for that brief run.
Let's have a look. Let's have a little.
I also saw the what was it? The tantrums from Zack Sabre Jr. after he lost. and he just sounds like an in-betweener. Yeah. He does not do it for me, and I've said this before, and like people got upset because he, I mean, we all watched Forbidden Door. He had a bang average match with Cesaro.
Yeah, so a card is 34, bro.
34.
34. So if he's gonna make a move, he needs to do it now.
6 good years. That is 6 good years.
I mean,
maybe even more, because AJ Styles is what, 45?
I mean, yeah, but AJ's a fucking legend, bro.
Machine, yeah.
Oh man, I love AJ Styles. I don't care what anybody says. He, when people say who's your favorite wrestler, there's a lot of wrestlers that pop into my mind, but AJ Styles is always up there. Always. He's always there. I mean, I'm looking right now at my WWE figures, and on the wall there, I've got one AJ Styles. So I've got my TNA ones here, and I've got some WWE ones there, and I've got an AJ Styles TNA Impact figure right there in front of me, next to Sting. And then up there, I've got my WWE one, AJ Styles, but also I've got the Battle Pack, which is Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles in one battle pack, just underneath Billy Kay and Peyton Royce, funnily enough. So, oh man, I missed the fucking
free agents.
Iconics, man. They quit wrestling, I think.
Oh, okay.
They just said we're not wrestling.
I believe Peyton got pregnant as well. That came up recently. She is with Sean Spears.
She's up the fluff.
Yeah. So maybe not yet. Maybe now's not the time.
I still am slightly upset that they ended up getting booted from WWE. I mean,
that was a bad move. Yeah.
I mean, the Iconics were fucking great. They tried to recreate it in Impact, but they're just, it ain't the same. They ain't got the viewership.
What were they called? The Ironics or something?
No, they were called the. You're joking, but it was very similar.
Oh, no.
It was like, something like the Iconics. It was like,
But people say we can't book shows.
It was like the Prestige or something like that, some fucking yeah.
So I know you've still got stuff to rant about. So give it to me. What have you got?
Nikita Lyons, just because.
You're not ranting then.
Yeah, no, but I mean, at some point she's got to show up on SmackDown or something, isn't she?
Her and Zoe Stark are going to be teaming up in the women's tag team title tournament.
Right.
I don't get the feeling they're going to get past round one unless there's a plan for them. But that means they are coming to SmackDown, I believe, for one night at least.
Mm-hmm.
So who knows? I mean, could be something, could be nothing. You just want to see her at Clash at the Castle now, don't you?
I think that could be a pot. Surely they've got to have some NXT people there, though, have they? Or I mean, what do you reckon?
Well, no, they're doing Worlds Collide, another like premium event thing on the Sunday before All Out.
I think it's on the same day as All Out.
Yeah, so Clash is on the Saturday, All Out's on the Sunday, but in between that, at some point in the afternoon on the Sunday, Worlds Collide.
Where
NXT.
is that? Though?
I've got a feeling they're just going to hold it in Orlando, unless they've got some sort of crazy plan, which would have to be knocked together pretty quick.
I mean, what do you reckon? I mean, are we saying that the main event for Clash is going to be Drew versus
Roman?
We're going to see Roman Reigns, bro.
Yeah.
Fuck. Pretty good.
You can acknowledge him in person.
Yeah, dude. Shit. Just that'd be pretty sick.
You'll be holding your one up.
Trust me, dude. And Heyman's going to be there as well.
Yeah, for Heyman.
Holy shit. And the Usos more likely and all. Nice.
That's so that's your main event of the Clash. Your main event of Worlds Collide is most likely going to be Tyler Bate and Bron Breakker, which could be good.
Yeah.
We've been raving about Tyler Bate since the first UK tournament, and it's been an up and down thing for him. He had that match with Pete Dunne, or Butch, as they call him.
Yeah, see, they're teasing that he's going to be Pete Dunne again, aren't they? I think.
Why not?
Hmm.
Yeah, the Butch thing, it was funny to a point, but it was also a little bit like...
Someone watched fucking Peaky Blinders.
Scooby-Doo, I think.
Yeah, they watched Peaky Blinders too much, and they just thought, nah.
He was a bit scrappy dude, though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Let me at him.
Yeah.
And he was a little fella. That's so come on, what else have you got for me? Like, you said you had a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
And you came up with Nikita Lyons.
Yeah. I mean, I always get stuck there. AEW something. I can't read my own writing, so I don't know. It's like, I don't know what that is. But I've got AEW something, for fuck's sake. So I don't know
something.
Yeah,
what
it's
Thunder Rosa's still champion.
Oh, no. Come on, man. Like, I'll tell you what.
Surely Toni Storm's got to take that title now.
No, I think she is. She like the sweet. She does the sweet cheek music now with the
Toni Storm does.
Yeah, where she, where she slams her ass in people's faces.
Yeah,
it's called the sweet cheek music. It pissed me off how they jobbed what's her name of the beautiful people who's gone there to train the women in AEW.
Madison Rayne.
Yeah, that upset me.
They jobbed her to Cargill, right?
No, they jobbed her to someone who was one of the baddies or wanted to be a baddie.
Oh, I thought they jobbed her to Cargill. I thought she had a match with Cargill.
No, she had a match with someone who was challenging Cargill. No. So AEW Madison Rayne match. Because she wanted a match. She had a match with someone. Who did she fucking? I swear she had a match with someone, but then I think she had a match with Jade as well. Or she said, no, she makes a Rampage, and it was on Rampage. Oh, TikTok adverts. Fuck off.
Modern technology at work here, people.
Unbelievable. So, Madison Rayne was great in the knockouts. She didn't. She who's this woman here? Did she actually beat this? Did she beat this bint then? I don't know who this. Yeah, she did. So she beat the first Doris, and then they jobbed her to. She almost had a wardrobe malfunction then, actually, in what they've got her in. So yeah, Madison Rayne, she won the first match, and then they jobbed her straight away to Jade Cargill, and it's like it's getting a little bit.
Wake me up when she loses.
Yeah, I know.
That's all I'm saying. Like, yeah, like it's no longer a thing. Like, it's not Goldberg-esque. It's not. It's not even Sid Justice or Sid Vicious, going on that run as well. It's boring. She's done nothing of note. She's not improving. We spoke about this a long time ago when I defended Jade Cargill and said she needs more time. And I think you might have already said, like, she's had a lot of time already.
Yeah, I did.
She's had more time now, and
she should be working her ass off in the gym. In the ring to get better.
I think she's probably working her ass in the gym.
Yeah, but this is the thing. I'm not being funny. She probably likes the Tour de France because she looks like she's been on a few cycles, mate. Yeah, like
the Tour de Lance.
You get what I'm saying, bruv? Like how many COVID vaccines has she had in the buttocks in the locker room? Do you get what?
Yeah, I'm just disappointed that she didn't get any better.
She should be,
and we're still getting the same mistakes, the same errors, the same piss poor matches out of her.
Yeah,
poor Marina Shafir hasn't been seen since she got power bombed on a fucking table.
Mm-hmm. Bro, she came in. Her debut was with Shaq.
Should have been, yeah.
Bro, with Shaq, fam.
But again, like there's obviously some there's a lack of trust there because she's not on Dynamite. They're putting her on Rampage, on the show that's watched by less and less people each week.
But then you've got to then ask yourself the question, and people won't like it that we're asking the question. But why are they not giving that title to someone who is more capable in the ring? Is it because of what Big Swole said? And it was and let's be honest, Jade Cargill got the belt almost straight away after what happened with Big Swole, saying that there weren't no people of color with any.
I kind of get the feeling that was always the plan, though.
It might have been.
She is this larger than life figure, and I think the plan was always to make her the secondary sort of champion. But you're right, something stinks.
It stinks of wokeness. Let's be honest. Do you know what I mean? And don't get me wrong. She had a tweet the other day saying she's the first black female to be featured on the cover of a wrestling video game.
Granted, this should have happened a long time ago. And
why did they not have Jacqueline on at least the front of one of them, or Brandi Rhodes, they could have had anyone. And talking about Brandi, she had a dark match she had a match in the Performance Center recently.
Why not? Yeah, if she can go, she can go.
Exactamundo, bro. She's wrestled in WWE before. It's not like
she has a, and I'm not going to say this like with any sort of disrespect. She has a bit of a name value as well.
Of course she does.
She cut one promo which was hilarious in AEW where she came out and she ironically at Jade Cargill.
Yeah, I remember.
And there is a little bit of value to it, but I don't know, why not?
I would say if Rhodes, if Cody turns heel, bring in Brandi with him.
Oh, it's heat. I mean? Yeah, it's pure heat.
It's pure heat. Lovely. There was one thing I don't know.
Is this the thing you told me about?
It is the thing that I told you about, and it's like
we'll think of something positive afterwards. After this, because we don't want to end on a negative. But this negative needs to come out.
Yeah, we'll talk about the castle or something afterwards, and possibilities around that. But you've still got these. So if anyone remembered the hashtag speaking out movement, okay, it weren't that long ago. Yeah. It weren't that long ago. It was during the pandemic, but it seems like a lot of people have forgot about it.
People are still getting name dropped, even recently, this week.
Yeah. So this is still going on. The outing of certain fucking pricks, perverts, and wankers who have
miscreants,
who have used their power or their position or their fame to basically abuse others, bully others, and happily we have seen a lot of people get kicked out of the business and had to do other stuff. But you've still got these little fucking pant sniffers hanging around the business,
starting to show up.
They're starting to pop up. So you've got people like Marty Skull. Okay, so Marty Skull is friends with some quite influential people in the wrestling business. Okay, so he's been around, a lot of guys. He was friendly, I think, with Nick Aldis, very good friends with them. They came over to America. I mean, Marty Skull had a big position in Ring of Honor. He was, booking for them and doing whatnot. And then horrific stories came out about him doing certain things, being abusive and just being, taking advantage of young wrestlers, female wrestlers. And he's now popping up. I mean, he went into hiding into Puerto Rico. and he was literally over there just doing whatever he was fucking doing in Puerto Rico.
Scrubbing toilets.
Yeah, you know, and then now he's popping up. I mean, there was talk he was supposed to be in AEW. He was.
Oh, hell no. Well,
no, he was.
You can see there's a link, obviously, but
yeah, I mean, he was initially going to be drafted into AEW, but then the news came out, and he actually admitted it and apologized. And then obviously they've just said, no, we can't have that.
You can't touch that.
But some people can. Yeah, some people can touch it, you know, and, you know, we've had him on the show. He was our first mainstream big star that we interviewed on the show.
Literally our first guest.
It was literally our first guest, Santino Marella, aka Anthony Corelli. And I recently, you know, put a picture of him up on Facebook where I clocked him a couple of times at Ric Flair's last match. So obviously
he went roast, wasn't it?
Yeah, he was at the roast, and he was there as well. I think they mentioned him on the actual night as well. He was sitting in the front row. But Anthony, can I just cut you off and tell you like how crap that roast was? As wrestling roasts go, it wasn't great.
Pretty shit, yeah. Sorry to clip you
no,
there.
You're right. You're right. And Bubba Ray coming out and just saying, "No, I can't say anything bad about this guy. I fucking love him."
Literally says everything bad about everyone everywhere.
Yeah.
On his radio show, but
yeah. Come on, man. At least just call him an old fucking perv or something. You know what I mean? But yeah, like, you know, Anthony Corelli's booking Marty Skull on his Battle Arts thing, and you know, there has been a bit of backlash where people have said, "Oh, you know, do you remember the time?" You know, giving it some of that, and you know, said, "Look, this guy's a fucking wrong and or whatever." And there are other people, like I say, we spoke about this particular person that I at some point I do want to talk about the situation with that individual, bro, because to me, let's just get it clear. This individual that we're talking about, he's not abused anybody or whatever.
But no, he was protecting someone that did, and that's bad enough.
Yeah, I feel like what he did is bullying, clearly bullying, and it is protecting someone who has done something fucking horrific, and basically victim shaming as well.
The biggest shame of all of that is that a lot of people look past that, including wrestling's big journalists. See the finger quotes coming in.
Yeah, dude.
You know, ones that dish out all the stars for the matches.
Bro, and there's been the reason why I feel like I had to talk about it is because recently with Kenny Omega coming back, this individual has been compared to Kenny Omega for his star value and how many 5-star matches he's been given by Meltzer. And this guy has been said to be given more 5-star matches from Meltzer than what Kenny Omega's got. So it just annoys me because we have seen this individual live. He's a British guy. We've seen him live in at shows.
Yeah.
Recently, we have seen him, and he has been on AEW. And it's funny how AEW have completely, you know, they wouldn't, you know, it annoys me. He's a good wrestler. We can't argue he's not a good wrestler, but the way
human being.
Yeah, the way he's a scumbag human being, and the way people seem to look past what he's done, and his apology wasn't even an apology for so he ultimately admitted certain things, but then said he didn't do other things, but then other people said, no, he did do that. He did say to us, don't book this person on the show. And it just annoys me. So you can just type in #speaking out British wrestler, and you're bound to, if you haven't found out by the clues, we don't want to say his name. I don't want to say his name because I don't want us to get in any trouble. But
it's not like we didn't give enough clues.
Yeah, we gave enough clues, so you've got enough clues there. So it just annoys me how, you know, certain people are getting overlooked and still have had no repercussions for certain stuff that they've done. These people are still popping up and still making a lot of money. and it annoys me.
Yeah.
It had to be said, man, because we've glossed over it quite a few times. And like I say, we directly know the person who was involved in this whole fucking thing as well, with this individual and the other individual who actually did the bad thing. So that's why it annoys me a little bit, because I don't think she is still being shamed on the internet today by this guy's fans, calling her a liar. I've seen it, bro. I've seen it on AEW groups when people were talking about this individual on AEW, and then someone piped up and said, you do realize that this guy fucking was covering and protecting a rapist and blacklisting the victim. And they were like, no, she's a fucking liar. He wouldn't fucking do that. And it's when I see things like that, I'm like, no, man, this fucking wrestling community, come on, man. That's why it just gets me a bit angry to do with this one individual.
It's a shit stain of a community, isn't it?
It is a shit stain of a community, but also it does have its pockets of poop. But this community does have its beautiful people. Yeah, it does have its beautiful people. So I'll tell you what, let's finish on a happy one. Should we give a shout out to some of our man them and some of our podcast brethren? So like we've got the fantastic guys, Graham, Matt at Good Cop Bad Cop.
Yeah, that's I believe I saw it just a few minutes ago. I think it's Matt's birthday coming up.
Oh, is it really?
So yeah, happy birthday, Matt. You know, enjoy
fucking
yourself.
A, dude. Happy birthday to the brother, Matt. You know, so we've got Graham and Matt from Good Cop Bad Cop, good guys. We've got also
Justin and Jeremy. Yeah,
Justin and Jeremy.
Big timers,
good guys. You know, fucking big time guys. And also,
do we dare speak his name?
Of course, we got to speak his name, bruv. The one, the only fucking Bishop, bruv. We have got to shout out to the Bishop, because not only is he a very good podcast host, he's a fucking nice guy, man.
Yeah,
and we are glad to say a good friend.
Itching for him to come back.
We are itching like we
got a case.
I was going to say, I was literally just to kind of find a euphemism, like, you know, we're itching like we spent the night with Ric Flair in that strip club. You know, we are itching to have him back on the air. And we realize, you know, dude, you know, like we've had a big gap from where we had our last show. I had COVID on the last show that we did, you know, and it's been a little while because life gets in the way sometimes. I mean, we had such a big gap that Jordan started another channel. You know what I mean? He's like, nah, fuck Chris. Let's get another one started.
No, let's clear that up for just a second. I'm gonna plug it now. You said it. Like
I had to, bro. That's a segue.
You can catch me anytime on a Sunday, 10 a.m. actually. Sundays at 10 a.m. You can catch me. Adventures with Mr. and Mrs. B. It is me and the missus. We are chatting, we're eating, we're, you know, it's guilt-free, man, like absolute guilt-free. We eat what we want and we have fun with it.
Fucking A, man.
Yes. There's going to be some travel shit in there. We are just, you know, it's just living life and having fun with it. And no, thank you for letting me chuck that in there. Yeah, Adventures with Mr. and Mrs. B. You can't miss us. We are on YouTube every Sunday at 10 a.m. There is some extra random stuff in there as well, like it's not just always dead on Sundays at 10 a.m. That is the time where we, you know, have stuff lined up. But no, you can catch us there. You can see what I'm doing when I'm not talking about wrestling. I'm wearing wrestling shirts the whole fucking time. Literally every episode I think there's a wrestling t-shirt in there so far. Yeah, that's and yeah, that's something to, you know, for people to look out for if they want to see what I'm.
Something to cleanse the palate.
Yeah. If they care about what I'm doing.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like cleanse the palate from the wrestling, you know, something a little bit different.
It's so far away from wrestling. It's worlds away, which is, it's quite nice in a way. Like, you know, it's completely different.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Although
Until
I did drop it,
Chantel starts fucking chopping you at some point. I'd
did
love
drop
to see
in
that.
one little wrestling game on there. In one of the videos, I sort of snuck it in, like it was detected. It wasn't undetected, but like no, it's I thought, you know what, no shame, just chuck it in there. See,
It's got to be done, man.
it,
Got to be done. So that was the segue. I had to get that in, but yeah, like fucking like, subscribe, slap their bell. You know what I mean?
Please do. Yeah, join us.
He's the man with two bells to slap. There's been a couple of dudes with that, you know.
Two bells.
Yeah.
How did we get here?
I don't know, but we made it. So again, we like to thank our fellow podcasters and Bishop. You know, shit happens in life. He even said, you know, he's taking a little hiatus from doing the show.
He's welcome here anytime. He's got some shit.
I think maybe if we can, you know, we can thumb him back in to the wrestling podcast world.
You really need to thumb him back in. It'd be rock hard. He's gonna be raving for it, isn't he? Yeah.
Like I think we should probably reach out and see if he's got, you know, a few minutes to maybe jump on at some point. So, you know, maybe for a review if he's, you know, doing anything. Or
well, if he's back watching wrestling, then hell, like, you know,
Bishop, if you're listening to this, motherfucker, holler at your boys. We want to get you on. I know you're busy, man, and you're sorting shit out. You know, because you've got bits going on, bits and bobs. But Bish, if you're listening to us, motherfucker, come on the show, man. Come on the show. God damn it.
I got two more people that I want to shout before we, you know, round up the shouts. It's George, or Bookermania, what do you call it, podcast.
Yeah, dude.
Fellow Arsenal fan. Yeah, respect on that.
Even Kalualua said you're wankers, Olia.
And he's what the hell's wrong with you, man? and yeah, he can fucking slide as well. Give me that shit. And of course, you know, the man who will be making his way to Wales with us, Mr. Cactus Matt himself. He's not a podcaster, but we will shout him because he's honorary. He's my drinking buddy for the weekend because you don't drink.
Bruv, listen, I will be. Don't get it twisted, man. There'll be a lot of ginger beer. There'll be some dandelion and burdock being drunk. You know, and there might be some mysterious herbal cigarettes. But
that's not a tickly COVID cough, is it?
Yeah, you know what I mean, man. I'm not albino, but my eyes are red blood. So
I'll bring the ting, don't worry.
Bring the ting-a-ling, you know what I mean? So yeah, it is, you know, we are massively, yeah, again, shout out to Cactus Matt, fucking done know. We ain't been, even though it's car boot sale season, I ain't been to a car boot with Matty this season.
I hate to break it. We did go to one a couple of weeks ago. It wasn't very good though. So
no,
literally
good.
Nothing.
That's what you get.
Oh, that's cold, man.
That's cold. So no, I mean we'll have to go for a threesome to a car boot sale at some point. You know, hold each other's hands and walk around. Freeway dance. You know, so I am majorly looking forward to Cardiff Clash at the Castle. If the possibility arises, I will try and steal a ringside chair. Billy reckons that it's pretty hard to steal them now because they only like cut them open when you show your ticket or whatever. But to be honest, I'm still going to try and steal one. It's happening. I can cut a cable tie with my keys. It's not a problem.
There you go.
So yeah, we're going to try. I'm going to try.
So with that, I think we'll leave it on that note of Chris trying to steal a chair. So listen, thank you.
I'll be like Borat when I get home. I'll be like, oh, I have a chair. Oh, look at me. I have a chair. Castle. Yeah, I'm the king of the castle.
So thank you so much for you know coming back. Thank you so much to you know the UK and the Irish listeners for keeping us in those charts all this fucking time. What's wrong with you lot? You guys are crazy. Like you do, you're listening on repeat.
But if you see us at Clash at the Castle, we will be merched up. Come and say hello, man.
Please do.
Come and say hello. We'll take pictures with you and put you on our Twitter. You know what I mean?
and this is something I haven't even spoke to Chris about yet. Say the magic phrase and I'll put it on Twitter and you can chop Chris.
Holy shit, dude. Come on, man. Not after me COVID cough. Allow me. I've got to fucking share a car with 2 gooners all the way from not pretty much North London to Wales. I'm sure I'm going to catch a few chops in the car on the way home. On the way there as well. You know what I mean? Come on, bruv. I ain't built like that, my G. I'll be passing out twice on the journey like Flair during his last match. Shit,
just not on the strip club shit, all right?
No, trust me, bruv. That's peak, bruv. Oh, man. Allow me.
So, thank you so much for sticking around. Thank you so much for joining us again. Thank you for, waiting patiently for us to get through a little break here.
Mm-hmm.
You know where to find us. You know where we are. You know that you can hit subscribe. You can like. You can comment. You can catch us on Twitter or Instagram or Facebook. The Facebook one is going crazy. It seems like every other few minutes I'm checking a notification on that.
Same, dude. It's good.
So
good
yeah,
shit.
Facebook, come and say hello too. We will catch up with everyone with any questions or anything like that. We are pretty active. Don't forget to do the ting, hit the bell, slap it hard.
Slap the bell. Podbean, Spotify, Deezer, Castbox, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Amazon Podcasts, listen notes. We're fucking everywhere, all over the internet, and we coming in your ears by whatever means.
Oh, like Chorley FM, yeah?
Like Chorley coming in your ears.
There's a throwback someone will have to look up themselves because I can't explain it. Thank you so much for checking us out. I'm JB, the best Chris in all the wrestling podcast right next to me, Mr. Chris Dredd. We will see you soon, probably next week with some sort of Clash preview. Take care, guys. We'll see you right.